Have you ever pondered on the tireless work your heart performs, pumping life-giving blood throughout your body? Hidden beneath your ribcage, this fist-sized powerhouse tirelessly pumps the equivalent of an impressive 5,000 liters of blood every single day. Imagine a small organ, interestingly complex, ceaselessly performing a task so monumental. The heart, a vital organ, works like an unsung hero, orchestrating the symphony of life within us. Its rhythm, its pace, and its constant thumping are a testament to its unyielding dedication. It doesn't take breaks or vacations. It doesn't sleep. It just keeps going, beat after beat, supply after supply, ensuring every cell in the body receives the nutrients and oxygen it needs to function. But how does it do all this? How does this intricate piece of biological machinery work? What mechanisms drive its indefatigable efforts? Over the next few moments, we'll unravel the mystery of how this vital organ carries out its ceaseless duty. To understand the heart's function, you first need to grasp its basic structure. Now, the heart is a marvel of natural engineering, designed to keep you alive by supplying your body with the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function. Picture it as a small, muscular pump with 4 distinct spaces, or chambers. 2 on top, which are known as the atria, and 2 on the bottom, referred to as the ventricles. The atria act as welcoming chambers, receiving blood returning to the heart after completing its circuit around the body. The right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body, while the left atrium receives oxygen-rich blood from the lungs. From the atria, the blood's journey continues into the ventricles. The right ventricle pumps the deoxygenated blood towards the lungs, where it can pick up a fresh supply of oxygen. Meanwhile, the left ventricle, with its thick muscular walls, does the heavy lifting of pumping oxygenated blood out to the rest of your body. But what's stopping the blood from flowing backward, you ask? Well, that's where the heart's security system comes into play, the valves. There are 4 valves in the heart, each positioned at the exit of the 4 chambers. Their job is to ensure that blood flows in one direction only, maintaining a smooth and efficient circulation. These valves operate like one-way doors, opening to let blood flow through and then closing to prevent any backflow. The tricuspid and mitral valves control the flow between the atria and ventricles, while the pulmonary and aortic valves manage the exit of blood from the heart to the lungs and the body, respectively. So, in a nutshell, your heart is a 4-chambered double-pump system with a strict one-way traffic policy enforced by its valves. It's a ceaseless cycle of filling and pumping, receiving and sending, all to ensure that each cell in your body gets the oxygen and nutrients it needs to keep you up and running. With this basic understanding of the heart's structure, we can delve into the intricate process of how it works. At the heart of the heart's function is its ability to pump blood. But how does it do it? The heart's pumping mechanism is a marvel of nature. It all begins with the atria, which are the 2 upper chambers of the heart. When the atria contract, they push blood into the ventricles, the heart's 2 lower chambers. This happens due to an electrical signal, which starts at the heart's natural pacemaker, the sinoatrial node, or SA node for short. The SA node sends out an electrical impulse which spreads across the cells of the atria, causing them to contract. This contraction forces the blood into the ventricles. Interestingly, the right atrium and the left atrium contract almost simultaneously. This coordinated action ensures that blood is efficiently moved from the atria to the ventricles. But wait, there's more to the story. Once the ventricles are filled with blood, they too contract. However, this contraction doesn't occur at the same time as the atria's contraction. The ventricles wait for their turn. This brief delay allows the ventricles to fill with blood completely before they contract. The ventricular contraction is also triggered by an electrical signal, this time from the atrioventricular node, or AV node. The AV node acts like a gate, allowing the electrical signal to pass from the atria to the ventricles. The signal causes the ventricles to contract, pushing the blood out of the heart and into the rest of the body. This pattern of contraction and relaxation, first by the atria and then by the ventricles, creates the familiar lub-dub sound that we associate with a beating heart. The lub is the sound of the atria contracting and pushing blood into the ventricles, while the dub is the sound of the ventricles contracting and pushing blood out of the heart. This rhythmic contraction and relaxation, termed as the cardiac cycle, is the essence of the heart's pumping function. It's a continuous, efficient, and synchronized process that keeps blood flowing throughout our bodies, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell. Without this vital pumping mechanism, life as we know it would not be possible. Now that we know how the heart pumps, where does the blood go? Well, let's dive right into the fascinating journey of blood as it circulates through the human body. The heart serves as a central hub, directing blood along two major pathways known as the pulmonary and systemic circuits. These circuits are distinct yet interconnected, working in harmony to supply oxygen and nutrients to the entire body while whisking away waste products. The pulmonary circuit, as the name suggests, involves the lungs. It's a bit like a pit stop where the blood drops off carbon dioxide, a waste product of cell metabolism, and picks up a fresh supply of oxygen. The right side of the heart, the right atrium and ventricle, play the role of traffic controllers for this circuit. Deoxygenated blood from the body enters the right atrium, gets pumped to the right ventricle, and is then dispatched to the lungs via the pulmonary arteries. Once in the lungs, the blood exchanges carbon dioxide for oxygen, transforming from a dull red to a vibrant scarlet. This oxygen-rich blood then returns to the heart, specifically to the left atrium via the pulmonary veins, ready to embark on its next journey, the systemic circuit. The systemic circuit is like a grand tour of the entire body. From the left atrium, the oxygenated blood is pumped into the left ventricle, and then out to the body through the aorta, the largest artery. As it travels through progressively smaller arteries and capillaries, the blood delivers oxygen and nutrients to every cell. Simultaneously, it picks up carbon dioxide and other waste products. This now deoxygenated blood returns to the heart via the veins, completing the circuit and preparing for another round of pulmonary refreshment. These two pathways, the pulmonary and systemic circuits, work in tandem, maintaining a continuous flow of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. This double circulatory system is the heart's way of ensuring that every cell of your body gets the oxygen and nutrients it needs, while effectively removing waste products. But what regulates the heart's function? How does it know when to pump faster or slower? That's a great question, and the answer lies in the heart's regulatory mechanisms, which are an ingenious combination of the autonomic nervous system and various hormones. The autonomic nervous system, which controls involuntary body functions, has two branches, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems. The sympathetic nervous system is like the gas pedal of a car. It speeds things up. When you're faced with a stressful situation, the sympathetic nervous system releases a hormone called norepinephrine, which binds to receptors in the heart, causing it to beat faster and pump more blood. This is why your heart races when you're excited or scared. On the other hand, the parasympathetic nervous system is like the brakes of the car. It slows things down. When you're relaxed, the parasympathetic nervous system releases a hormone called acetylcholine, which binds to receptors in the heart, causing it to beat slower and pump less blood. This is why your heart rate slows when you're calm or sleeping. Now, hormones also play a crucial role in regulating the heart. For instance, the hormone adrenaline, also known as the fight or flight hormone, increases heart rate and blood pressure, preparing your body for action. Conversely, the hormone atrial natriuretic peptide, released by the heart itself, reduces blood pressure by causing blood vessels to dilate and the kidneys to excrete more salt and water. But it's not just about speed. The heart also needs to regulate blood pressure. The baroreceptors, special nerve endings located in the aorta and carotid arteries, sense changes in blood pressure. When blood pressure is too high, these receptors send signals to the brain, which in turn sends signals to the heart to slow down, reducing blood pressure. These regulatory mechanisms keep the heart adaptable to the body's needs, whether you're sprinting for a bus or sleeping soundly. The heart truly is a marvel of biological engineering, constantly adapting and responding to the body's ever-changing demands. So, we've journeyed through the heart's structure, its pumping mechanism, circulation pathways, and regulatory mechanisms. We've explored the heart's four chambers and how they work in harmony to pump blood throughout our bodies. We've delved into the intricate dance of valves opening and closing, ensuring blood only flows in one direction. We've traced the journey of blood, oxygen-rich and oxygen-deprived, through the highways and byways of our circulatory system. We've also discovered the heart's regulatory mechanisms, like the electrical signals that set the heart's rhythm, and the hormones that adjust the heart's pace to our body's needs. Each of these components and processes is vital to the heart's function, contributing to the ceaseless work this remarkable organ performs every second of every day. As we conclude, remember that understanding the heart isn't just for medical students or doctors. It's about appreciating the incredible ceaseless work our bodies do to keep us alive and well.